idea on what I'm doing.
The first thing they heard. Ooh, your camera went all over the place. Hold on, your camera's all over the place. Welcome back, by the way, to a classic case of the cameras are all over the place. I am... Well, one camera and then one slot. I am Low Energy, who is very, 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 very annoyed at our state of being right now in the multiverse, but mostly at my cameras. We are joined by Krendar, who is slowly being compressed into like a small black hole.
Damn.
Yeah.
And I'm also stuck in my own multiverse as the stream starts, and I'm starting to get the stream audio as well as the Discord audio. So I was getting two different universes of us at the same time.
Not just me for once. Hooray! We are joined. We're joined by Elf, who will be here in about less than an hour. They're just getting set up, waiting for an opportunity to strike. And, of course, the one, the only, and now in cider flavor, Naerina.
Hello there, darling dearies. Yeah, I just happened to see like some of my friends who I haven't seen in a long time, and they were like, "Hey, could you come and just meet us at the pub?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah!"
Fuck yeah, indeed. Never say no to a free pub opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Also, I should be working tomorrow at 10:30, which is like, okay, I can manage that, so I'll manage that.
And apparently you can even get an Inquisitor a little giggly with a bit of drink.
Interrogator, darling, interrogator.
Yeah, she's got a long way to go.
Yeah, I don't think Remlace is going to promote me anytime soon.
Hey, you're not supposed to correct me when I'm giving you extra credit.
I know, but I know also that Remlace is going to correct me. So, hush,
Oh,
hush.
that's a fair point.
Hi, Rebblies, want to be on the show?
Me sending him a message like, "Yo, you want to be here?" I know that he has done another podcast like recording today, so yeah.
Yeah, so what can I say except the following, which is we have hopefully a far less technically problematic show than what we normally have, although we just started off with it. Also, yes, I am back into cyborg mode. I have the scout. I have basically a scouter from Dragon Ball, but I also have my shades on, so it's kind of a weird experience.
You look like you're going to catch at least 150 Pokemon, sorry.
I also think I kind of look a little bit like one of the Marines out of the second Aliens movie. I'm the guy holding the smart gun, just wandering around. Womp womp! Like the scanner just starts blinking up like crazy.
What's going on in there?
I'm gonna go off here on my own down this corridor. What's the worst that could happen? It's only the first half of the film, and there's lots of us.
But you're a player character.
Yeah, the walls are full of Hormigons.
Find yourself a nice little alcove and just open fire randomly. By the way, that's something we'll be talking about tonight, because thanks to Augusta for finding all those badass Warhammer links. I did not know that there were that many new games coming out soon, and I'm going to grab one or two.
Yeah, heck of a lot of them.
Go for it.
I just got one. I was just looking at my Steam discovery queue there last night, and there's this one called Bolt Gun.
Oh, I heard of it.
Well, I hadn't until then either. It basically looks like a 40k game made in like the Wolfenstein 3D engine, or similar.
So basically, you just have to have at the background, like, to the hive of Agra, free a game, a stranger one day.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I would love to make a version of that.
You can skip ahead a little bit if you want it. The trailer begins with some guy looking through his boxes and finding his old miniatures and stuff.
Oh, isn't that sweet? Like, yeah, you have miniatures.
Yeah,
What
half
piddle
the
do?
thing.
I sold all mine years ago.
Aww. isn't that sweet?
I remember when this only costed half my yearly income. Aww.
Yeah, reminds me of my childhood because I didn't have any income back then.
Ooh.
Oh, lovely. Yes, please. Can we have this?
Yep, that's definitely on my wish list now.
Jesus! It sounded like you took your voice to one of those. Remember when Two Guns shows up and he does the weird reverb with his voice? But
I can do it naturally.
Reminds me of
Congrats.
remember Alvin and the Chipmunks when there was like
Yeah.
the girl chipmunks.
Yeah, it is that chipmunk voice. I'm like, and if you just lower it a bit, like I think it is the way Andy Serkis explains it. You get Gollum.
That's true.
Precious.
Whoa, that is perfect.
Thanks, I'm quite proud of it.
Speaking of which, anybody excited for the Gollum video game?
The Gollum what?
There's they're making a game where you play Gollum.
Ooh, now that you mention it.
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah.
Let's check this trailer out.
Don't let him see us, precious. They'll find us. They'll see us.
Wait, is that the trailer saying that, or is that Naerina saying that?
No comment, darling, no comment. I'm here just like,
The eyeballs on it.
as one does.
Yeah.
Missed it, darling. Missed it.
Nasty, filthy oxes. Kill them. No,
Filthy
we must
oxes.
hide. We can't let
But think about it. You have to be a voice actor who has to imitate Andy Serkis doing that voice. Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
on
This
our
person's really earning their money.
Yeah.
I like the different art style, but you can still tell what it was inspired by above all else. But I do think though, looking at that, it looks a little bit too Dobby-ish.
Just about to say that it reminds me of the Harry Potter
Little
series.
Dobby-ish.
Just a little Dobby.
I'm
That's
not sure
too,
what the gameplay
too
is gonna
good of
look
a
like
little
yet.
Gollum there.
I don't think we've seen any actual gameplay yet, but I think it's going to be sort of a stealth game.
Oh, loving those.
Well, let's just get this
Trailer.
Rouge. Hey, Asperger's at full swing. Words. If Troy comes in, if Troy comes in, he'll tell you the story of how I completely butchered his name last time we did a stream.
I love
That's
how you
alright.
say if Troy is going to come in 20 seconds after he came in.
Did he?
Yep.
Hi, Troy. All right. Hi. What did I call you? It was like Joe or something like that. Like I called you J Doe or something like that.
Oh no.
Wow.
Yeah, and I wasn't even drinking. Reminds you of.
But it's actually J. Troy, though.
Mm-hmm. Was it reminds you of Abe's Odyssey? Yeah, I could see a bit of Abe in that. Abe was obviously lankier and such, but that's something I always wish they had made a movie out of, and they joked about it. They even sent in a pre-rendered little cutscene to the Oscars for their consideration, and it never. Yeah, which was revolutionary at the time, and they never ever followed through with it.
Why send it to the Oscars if it's not actually a movie yet?
Because they were having an argument at the time of what could an animated film justify a
It's
could
called a
CG.
prequel.
Mm-hmm.
That would make a good movie because I could never get into the gameplay, but I liked the cutscenes and like, the story.
Oh, the world is so cool. I follow a guy who's obsessed with every bit of the lore, and he's gone through every.
Couldn't feel good though.
When you can pull it off, it's good. But it punished you for fucking up. It really punished you for fucking up. Anyway, let's see. Rogue Trader announcement Rogue Trader announcement trailer. So yeah.
It's going to be so amazing.
Oh,
Rogue
cat.
trailer announcement trader.
Trader,
Announcement trader, of course.
I like the
you
fact
have
that
to
it's by
have a
Owlcat
trader.
Games.
Yeah.
Trader has Owlcats to just
For
like give you the
millennia, our
trailer.
esteemed dynasty has served the Imperium of Man.
What's his name? The hair, the Dracula.
Do
Yeah, yeah.
Bringing
the
forth
children
worlds
of
from
the
the
night.
I love this idea of like the rosary, the rosary, but each one of them is an individual planet that she's taking care
I
of.
love it too. Yeah.
That's
of the
cool.
void and into the light of holy terror. Yet I am but an instrument of his will.
Hey guys, can you see the giant building in the sky? I'm pointing right at it.
Did you notice, darlings?
In his great wisdom, the
Oh, that's a great
Emperor
Aquila.
bestowed a
Yeah, it
sacred
is.
mission upon his followers most true. To
Here it
explore
is.
the frontiers uncharted.
Oh, reminds me
To
of
claim relics
like
of-
the Rogue Trader campaign that I was in.
Oh, yummy.
Unthinkable. To thwart threats
Ooh, yeah.
unnumbered.
Heck
Yummy.
yes.
Pretty.
Please, can we
Yep.
have this like
And I too, come the day I dread, will leave this mission
Hey, she's got my eyepiece.
to you, my heir.
related?
What
I wonder how the
your
game
fate
mechanics, like the RPG rules, will work.
Honestly, the way it looked there, if you tell me it was a little bit closer to either Mechanicus, well, I was going to say XCOM or Mechanicus, but Mechanicus is just XCOM, so.
It
Yeah.
might be like their other games though as well. Like looks
Could
like it
be.
might have been real time. It's hard
I
to tell
pref-
though.
Yeah.
One of service.
What would be cool would be multiplayer, but I don't think they're going to
Oh,
have
shit.
that.
I could take it or leave
Not
it.
yet, at least.
I don't want
Ooh.
to have to fight one of those things as infantry.
Ooh,
Oh,
Credar.
that's called an ally.
Yeah. Why are you against the machine guy?
Dude, like, do you have something against?
Of glory.
Yummy.
I'm all in favor of the Omnissiah, but fuck the Necrons.
Boom.
Heresy.
What is that, a Chaos Dreadnought?
It.
Oh boy.
Yeah, well, I forget the name of them. They're like iron constructs or whatever, hell beasts or what. Nah.
I
Is
know,
it like
boy.
one of those Chaos things that used to be a vehicle, but now it's morphing into like a living creature?
Yeah, I think.
know Morph.
And like how they have those things that used to be Thunderhawk dropships, but now they're like pterodactyls.
Did you guys? Did you
Remember what
guys
they're called.
see the Chaos Land Raider that some guy made, and it's just
yeah.
90% face. It's just as a giant maw on it and tons of
We'll
tentacles.
see it after this then.
Yeah,
Amazing.
looks so cool.
Amazing. Like,
One
I love the fact
can
that the
only
gent
hope
over there is like the size of a little
it will be
kiosk.
better than mine.
I'm half of my excitement.
go
comes from
there,
the fact
Rogue
this is
Trader,
made
that's
by
dangerous.
Owlcat.
You were saying? Sorry.
Half my excitement for this game is based on the fact that it's made by Owlcat, because they did such
Yeah.
a great job on the Pathfinder games, especially the
yeah.
second one.
Absolutely.
Play Wrath of the Righteous?
I haven't played it, but I've watched some like
Oh, it's
like
so
bits and
good.
pieces of it.
It's like Kingmaker, but so much more interesting on top of it because it's got a whole new story element and gameplay system on top of it.
People play these games.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the Mythic Path system is so cool. I had a fairy dragon in my party first time I played it.
Fairy dragon?
A what?
This one does? I had a fairy dragon in my past,
Yeah.
like when we first played. I was like, what the fuck?
Yep. The Mythic Path I chose gave me a pet fairy dragon.
Oh, that's adorable.
It was very cute and silly, and it got very large by the end of the game.
We need more of those.
And it yelled at people until they died.
Cool, as one does.
Because its breath weapon was sonic damage.
Like, dude, just die
it was fun.
already.
It was fun.
So
Absolutely.
I guess, what we normally do is we straight away do the shill. I guess we'll do the shill now, seeing we didn't get a chance to. Standard stuff as always. Links in the doobly-doo if you want to help out financially or help out with like, sharing, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter and Discord and Krendar. And Naerina and Elf King's artwork help it out. And don't forget that we have a Twitch as well. Now, well, I've got a Twitch. He's always had a Twitch. I suppose I've technically always had a Twitch too, but I should have that looked at.
An actual Twitch now.
But now you have an account on the website as well.
That's also very true, yes. Alright, so how about we look at some of the things on the docket tonight, starting with how many of you are proud, noble servants of the Commonwealth besides Krendar?
Rule Britannia, Britannia rule the waves. Britons never, never, never shall be slaves.
Yeah. She's gonna be so weird when she does finally die. She's been a part of all our lives for so long.
Or Elizabeth.
Well, just gonna put her on the golden throne and
honestly, I have a
mind
feeling
from
like
the warp.
Yeah, I have the feeling like I get the same vibes from Elizabeth as I get from my like great aunt, and she didn't die until she was 102, and I do believe it was because she started arranging her funeral. And like that's like at that point, like her health became going down. Like it was like it just like began going down just after like she started like doing this kind of I'm going to die at some point, so I'm going to start the arrangements. I'm like looking at Elizabeth, like you have the same energy. Goodness gracious.
It's like the body refused to acknowledge that death was possible until the mind finally acknowledged it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure like Elizabeth is the same. Huge respect for that.
I honestly think.
Chat says, "Evening, Mum."
I honestly think that she was a few decades ago resigned to die, just because no one better than Charles came along. Then the kids grew up, and then they had kids, and she's like, "Oh no, I made you suffer, so you're going to die first, Mommy. Can't I be king?"
George.
Go back up. I just love these royal photos. You just get to like enjoy this museum of bizarre hats.
Ooh,
The hats.
I love those hats.
Especially check out the
Wow,
as well.
loud.
Oh, it's gone.
You were saying? Check out the what?
Never mind, it's gone now.
No, you'll see it again. Point it out when you see it.
Now they're on the chessboard.
Yeah. Yes, I'm
Your
at this
head
point.
like hairline.
The amount of people in this shot here that have had people murdered, like it's just like the body count. They know where the bodies are. Many bodies. Hi, Charles.
No, their minions know where the bodies are.
Anybody.
Look at the amount of medals he has on him. I'm surprised he didn't tilt over. They're so lopsided.
And he didn't earn a single one.
No, I think he created one or two orders just to give to himself. I suppose you would, just like any Tin Pot dictator.
Never had a king. They're like pretty medal things.
They're basically just magpies.
Interestingly, Finland was supposed to have a king at one point.
And he was going to be German, I do believe.
Yeah.
He was from the Holstein family.
Yeah, and he just decided like fuck that shit. So we had a president instead.
Ah, Boris, he got half.
What the fuck?
There for this, could he?
Darling Boris, I would love to see your face anywhere, anytime, but frankly, I much prefer Catherine's. Or even Hyacinth Bouquet's.
Keep on doing the things that you have learned and received and heard and seen in me.
He's got a vote of no confidence in vote of no confidence in Parliament right now.
I heard a bunch of words, and I don't know what the fuck he said.
Yeah.
What's the sitch with like Boris at the moment?
Okay, so basic gist is, you remember a while back the whole party scandal, where he went to a party.
That you have here two people who are not from the Isles.
No, but Krendar might recall there was like a big problem with like a scandal. He went to a party during the lockdown and claimed it didn't happen.
Oh, right, that one.
Yeah, that's not over yet. Inquiry's proven without a shot.
Really? You're still on about that?
Mm-hmm. They are English. If they're going to be pedantic, they might as well be pedantic.
Right.
Yeah.
We're talking of the English.
So about 40 Tory MPs are now trying to push a vote of no confidence on his own party. Yeah, so well done, Boris. Great leader.
We all know that the Queen likes horse racing. And
What?
Your Majesty,
What?
I'm rather assuming perhaps you're
I thought that, why is Thanos in whiteface? Who is that and why is that?
And Your Majesty,
Where? What?
I'm rather assuming perhaps
Look at him! That's Thanos!
watching this on television.
Every English person who's watching this, I'm so sorry, I have no idea who these people are. I know the royal people.
I
so
don't
I'm there, like,
have
keeping
any
seeing
great-
people.
Me either.
Also, by the way, that reminds me, Princess Anne on a horse, freaking badass. Did you see that?
No.
No?
You didn't? Goodness gracious. I gotta Google it because she looks so good.
She's gonna be cavalry, is she?
Oh, speaking of.
Princess Anne on a horse. Let's Google it.
Oh, no. We know this song. It stopped getting interesting after the 5th remix. Hold on.
And the service stopped being interesting when it started.
I don't know. We were interested in the hats for a few
I don't even know
seconds.
what that was.
Don't have a picture
that
of the
for?
horse, but look at her outfit.
Oh, yeah.
Service, anyways.
It's just.
Badass.
Well, service. What even was it?
It's the St. Paul's service for the Jubilee. Every Jubilee has its
I
own
don't know what any
service.
of that means.
The Jubilee is the kind of celebration for the as the Queen has been in power for a certain amount of time. So it's kind of like, yeah, party.
So they're
70?
saying yay, Queen, basically.
I think it was 70
Basically,
years.
Yeah, it was 70 years. And so there was basically some sort of a parade. And then I guess there's some church things going on and some sort of partying, for instance, waving to the people from a balcony or something like that. Don't really know. We have a president. But from what I've gathered.
It's all just.
Riding on a horse 2022 is what I wrote.
So obviously, right, here's kind of one where she's half riding a horse. Yeah, she looks
Look at that, like what she's wearing.
she looks like
Very heavy.
Nelson. Like she's got to fight in Trafalgar any day.
Yeah, but think about it, like as a traditionalist country, as a, thinking of the English imperium, quote unquote, that is something typically worn by, like, men. And I'm here like, go for it and rock that shit.
You jelly.
Rocking the hell out of it.
You jelly, aren't you? You want
Yeah,
that.
absolutely, because like if I were on a horse, I would be motherfucking terrified because I've been on a horse and like the last time when I was like something like 4, and I'd be like, oh my god, I'm going to die here because I'm so high up and I'm going to fall. And I'm here like, of course, I like a uniform, especially when I would be wearing it. I'd be like, fuck yeah.
Put some Aquilas on it, and you've got yourself an Imperial one.
Indeed.
She's definitely rocking the hell out of it, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And she was just riding there, like, because a friend of mine was very interested in the Jubilee, and it was like live streamed to Finland, and we were watching it. And I was like, yeah, I think that's Charles, and that's like William, etc., etc. And I was just looking at this letter, like, wait, that's Anne. And my friend was like, who's Anne? Like, yeah, and like explained who like Princess Anne was, and I was like, but she looked like a badass on a horse just like that.
I do love the outfit, and I also kind of like Charles's one, the big red one, but he looks a little bit too much like Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Band.
He's not allowed to look that cool.
Yeah, he downgrades it by 20% or more. But this is the real king, and this
Louis is
Louis.
the best. I
Ah!
love that little man. It's just Dad, like, please just behave yourself, okay? How old is Louis?
5, I think now. 5 or 6, I think.
No wonder he's there, like taking the whole show, like, just like overtaking it.
4. Yeah.
Little kiddo.
Yeah, 70, I think. Yeah, it's a number.
The number of years that she's been queen.
Goodness
Yep.
gracious, is Charles that old?
Yep.
How old is Charles?
Prince Charles, 60. I would have to maybe. Prince
70 something. Perhaps.
Yeah.
At least.
73.
How
They-
is he
they-
alive?
Well, his dad's dead. They are slow. Even the pacts they made with the dark gods eventually won't last forever.
Yeah, true. You need to have a proper chaos god for that.
Yeah, he hasn't made enough sacrifices to Nurgle for proper immortality.
Indeed.
Oh, that reminds me. I should show you
Performance, Charlie.
the Land Raider after this.
Honestly, I gotta love the fact that Elizabeth is still there, like, talking to her, like, great-grandchildren. Like,
Look at the
"Yeah, that, that,
faces."
that." Yeah.
Look at the faces. They're like, oh, yes, quiet, yes. Ah.
Like, goodness gracious.
Yes, we get it. You're fucking royals.
What is it with the British royals and their love of tilted hats?
Because they're
It's
fancy.
it's self-fancy. It's something you wear when you go to the horse riding.
Like, be part of British royalty too, because I have one tilted hat.
You know what you have to do, right?
This one here is pretty nice, but they
You
have a lot
suck.
of them. I noticed.
No, what you have to do is you have to go to the horse racing that they have every year. Doll yourself up and
Like, hello, I'm in the ascot. Hello.
yeah, I know I know
Who's that girl? I'm like,
so
oh my
many.
God.
So many people I know have gone to do that, and every one of them wore top hats and canes and the most ridiculous over-the-top hats, and
I already have 2 top hats. Perhaps I should wear a top hat as well.
you'd be allowed to. I think the standard is that the women wear the white ones with the little like garlands inside them, but other than that, it's a standard fare.
No, I just like put a garland there and just paint it white.
Yeah. You'd fit in so goddamn well. Just prepare to make up so much lies about yourself. Everyone around here does, darling. I'm actually a junkie from from Coventry, but no one could tell.
As one is. I'm like, hello, I'm from Queensland. Like, there was this line.
He looks bored. She looks cold. He looks super bored.
They're freaking children, of course they do. Would you consider that to be interesting to children?
Giant aircraft?
Damn.
Yeah. Well, I suppose if they want to.
Drive by, quote unquote, and they just have to wait for it, and then it just goes, and then they're like, oh well, what are we going to do next? I'm there with Louis. I'm there like, yep. What are we going to do now? And
Can we order? Yeah, can we order them to dive bomb the crowd, Grandma? And we can't do that since the early 80s. Thatcher was a better prime minister.
It's called 1880s, darling.
Oh, they used horses back then.
Yeah.
Anne would have led the charge into the crowd, as is tradition.
As is tradition, yeah. Honestly, just I have huge respect for like Queen Elizabeth, because just think about what sort of thing she has lived through, like a couple of world wars here and there.
Yeah, I always remember Tony Blair's description first time he was presented as Prime Minister to her, and she said, my first Prime Minister was Winston Churchill. He made a slightly different impression than you.
Slightly. But honestly, just like, I've seen some videos of her, like, just making the casual joke here and there. I'm not sure if it's actually casual or not, but it just sounds like it. I'm like, Ah, you're a good one, Lizzie. Wouldn't
Yeah.
call her Lizzie to her face, but
No, it's mom instead of
so
harm.
yeah.
Mum.
My name's Guy. You're watching Midwinter Minis. This
Hey,
video
Mom,
is
Alright, we're not go-
what
we're
you
not-
doing?
We're not gonna watch obviously the whole thing. It's obviously
The results.
yeah. So as you can imagine, it takes a lot of time and patience, but
First you have a box, and then you have patience,
Yeah, like 22 minutes, apparently.
and then you have dwarf bronze,
Let's see if it's still good. I mean, you know it's going
which is supposed to be
what
good.
I've done, but
oh, look at
Oh,
it.
even give it a
That
butthole.
looks pretty amazing.
Ready to play.
Why
I love
is there a
how-
hole on the side.
I love how the las guns are now arms.
Totally thematic.
Yeah.
Totally unique and totally ridiculous. As I
Yeah,
said,
absolutely.
obviously
5 out
you're
of 5
welcome
to
copy exactly
whoever
what
did
I've done,
this. Like,
but what I
loving
hope
it.
to
That's
take away from
chaos.
this video
Midwest, Midwinter Minis.
joy and happy accidents you can have.
Third
while
time's the
Which
charm,
one is
lads.
and having
loving
fun creating
it.
something new.
You can
This
quote me on that.
was barely planned. I knew I'd like to have a tank with teeth and eyes, but beyond that, I was
And
just
intestines
winging
all
it and
over it?
seeing where the creative energy took me. If you like this kind
Yeah,
of thing, I've got
Cthulhu,
loads
what's it
of
like in-
recommendations for you.
Sorry.
There's obviously
Etc. Etc.
There, of course, is the famous one that inspired him.
David Soper's famous golden
I think
beam
that
Nurgle
one we were
Predator
just
from the early
shown
90s.
was
That's
better.
well worth
Me
it.
too.
Nurgle
too.
smile,
See how I
yay.
painted and
But
I feel
that
like
one
the,
was
yeah,
like,
the
like
weird face on top was a little bit.
it's kind of
Much.
eldritch
Destroying the mood.
horror.
Yeah, although it
I feel
doesn't.
like
H.P.
his
Lovecraft.
version is Eldritch Horror. The Nurgle Predator on the box was just silly cartoon.
Nurgle's eye.
Oh my god! I know what I know what the green one reminds me of. Does anyone remember Jason the Wheel Warriors? No.
Only because
Just-
you showed it to me once.
Yeah,
the
the
Slimer.
Yeah, it has that sort of 80s sort of cartoon vibe to it, like mascot.
Yeah, I had never heard of it before you showed me.
Wheel Warriors. God, that was a good
Looks
time.
like it looks like a show I would have watched as a kid, though.
Fuck. Oh, Nair, you didn't know.
Like Sweden.
Oh yeah, let's Yes, this is interesting.
Driving trucks navigate maze of vases.
Vases, vases.
A
Maze of
vase is
vase.
vase.
It's all the
Maze of
same.
Maze.
Maze of vase. The
Maze of vase.
Depends on if it's Ming or Jing Dynasty.
Very true.
Some of them are vases, some of them vases.
Some of them are vooshes, but they're the ones that look like horses.
Yeah, and then there are whooshes for the people who don't get this
Oh
joke.
damn, that's impressive.
And it even looks like
It looks like a future
kinda
thing.
see that-
Yeah.
yeah, and I kind of see the design like in how that kind of shapes in the quote unquote face of the truck. Don't remember what the thing is called in
damn.
English. It reminds me of a ball, so it's literally a ball in a china shop.
I
Yeah,
didn't even put that connection there. I just thought of Dead Space 3 and the opening scene. Krenda, you played Dead Space 3. Do you remember the lunar colony that gets overrun really early on?
Vaguely.
There's that scene where you have to cross the street and all the autoloaders are buzzing back. They kind of all look like broken down versions of that.
Yeah,
That
that demonstration was really impressive, though. Actually,
nowhere near ready for the actual trial, like on this road, but that's still pretty crazy. That
they
Yeah.
said in the video that they're already on roads.
really launches a McCrate in 2,000 jobs within 5
It
years.
was earlier in the video, I think, but I don't remember when.
I'll take your word for
Actually,
it.
reminds me, I just read an article. Unfortunately, I
Oh,
don't
no.
have that in English, but an article in Finnish, which was talking about because of the development of the computers, etc., etc. The middle class in Finland might be disappearing. I was like, all right, that's a bit of a stretch, but yeah, go ahead.
The age when you all wore when the middle class all wore Hawaiian t-shirts is long past. That's when we apexed as a species. Now, we were classy bastards then. We'd all take cruises in the Mediterranean or Caribbean, depending what hemisphere we're in, and it was a glorious time.
Take a cruise, I just went there.
It's the same thing. You saw the
honestly-
ocean.
honestly, my parents took us to the Canary Islands, to Gran Canaria.
Yes.
Playa del Ingles, and I think I can still move there without a map because I'm so accustomed to it, like going around there. And I haven't been there since I was 12.
Cyprus and Lanzarote for me. Although I did also go to Tenerife. God, Tenerife's a great island. Bring money.
So it looks like you
Who was
were.
that?
It looks like you were right. It said that they're planning to have them on the road. I misread something earlier, I guess.
Yeah. I still don't think I wouldn't want to think that they're that ready yet, because a lot of truckers when they get angry at that, you're thinking, oh, they don't want to be taken out of their job. And they're like, do you have any idea the random equations we have to do behind the wheels on an average basis, even just driving from one town to another? Like a truck's gonna have to consider that. Can they do it? Maybe. Do you want them to get wrong even once?
I mean, they can do the equations, yeah, but like when driving or whilst driving, because I have been driving a lot, you don't think about it. You just see the situation, and because you've been hopefully driving so much that you have an inkling of what you should do in certain situations, you're there like, I see a situation, I do this. Ta-da.
Oh, little foreshadowing of after the stream tonight, I'm going to be playing some Dragon Age Inquisition, and hopefully in preparation for this bad boy.
That's the character class known as Better PC.
You know, that's what I have to call my. That's what I'm going to have to call my character anyway. I was going to think of something else, but I'm just going to call my character Better PC.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, it should be PC Beta. It's like my initials.
Yeah, it's written. I'm going to just write it down for you guys.
PC Myers? No? All right.
No, not really, but close. Like that.
PC Beta, yes. Hello, I'm
Or
PC.
the viewing pleasure of people who cannot see it is P.C.Betah.
I'm not sure.
Or is it H? Some people say it with a H. I'm like, no, I don't know how to say it. Is it H or H?
It's H.
No.
H.
But no, you
Because,
reminded me
like,
there.
I was sort of
Naerina,
like
in
it was
the-
H, but you were saying?
It's supposed to be H, but some people say it H because they're silly. But no, I was in the bookstore the other day. Just because of the way you spelled that, it reminded me of the Inquisitor novels with Eisenhorn and such.
Oh right,
And
yeah.
I saw in the bookstore they've got some Beckwin novels out now.
Ooh,
I think she's getting her own trilogy, and there's at least one of them out.
nice. I think I'm not sure. I need to check this, but one of my pieces of like art that I did was like some commenter was like, "Yeah, but this reminds me of that." Well, I was like, I wasn't even thinking of that, but thank you, because I'm very honored to be compared to all sorts of like official 40k art. I'm like, oh, fancy.
Fancy.
Lose life and limb. But there's always someone bent on breaking the world.
I heard some people say it's going to be multiplayer. It's going to be like an MMO, and people are like, no, do not do that. Do not make the next ESO.
That would be a terrible idea.
It's time for a new hero.
There's dinosaurs in Dragon Age.
Dragon boots.
No magic hand.
Minrathus.
In prophecy.
More like Dino Age, am I right?
Hell yeah.
Kind of person they'll never see coming. We've got your back.
Beware the Judder Man, my dear.
Dragons.
That's
dark
good love, I didn't
spawns,
say
even the Dreadwolf.
There are wolves, and then there are roar. Gasp!
Solus. It's Solus, who is well established as being the bad guy anyway. Ah!
I'm so surprised.
Uh,
I'm so surprised that the game called Dreadwolf was about the Dreadwolf,
Who would have guessed?
who doesn't look anything like a wolf at all.
Yeah, that's an elf.
Every time you see him and he represents himself as a wolf, but I'm just thinking like, you fucking otherkin, just come out and admit it. You're a spirit wolf, okay?
No, I honestly, I have a friend basically who has like overhyped Dragon Age for me. I'm there like, yeah, I should be playing it at some point because it's overhyped. I'm like, yeah, not really interested. But now that you said that, like other king, I'm like, no.
Other kink, huh? Well, there's plenty of them out there if you're curious.
I know, and kudos to you if you are that, but just it
Be
isn't
very
my
careful
cup
with that
of
art, by the
tea.
way.
You were saying? Sorry?
You should probably be very careful with some of that art, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Not safe for life. Let's
Sanity.
Yeah, God. I am pumped for the game, but it's yeah. Oh, this was cool. I think Pat and Oswald shared this. This machine eats massive tree trunks as a snack. Look how it devours it.
Look how it goes through it so quickly when the video is sped up.
But the way it's half like, yeah, it's like it looks like it's eating ice cream.
Yeah, nom.
It's like me with ice cream. Like today
Nom.
I had a soft serve, and I was like, yeah, I'm trying to be civilized with this, but I just like, well, I have food, so I'm hungry, so nom, and that was gone.
Nom. Actually, it kind of eats it. Have you ever see a hamster hold like some food in its hands and just like devour it that way?
I'm a motherfucking hamster when it comes to eating. I'm halfway embarrassed by it. Like every time I finish a dish, I'm like, okay, and let's check my cheeks. What sort of things do I have over there?
You're storing it for the winter, and I imagine in Finland that's a very common occurrence. So
absolutely. Then again, I'm a child of two teachers, and as a teacher myself, I'm accustomed to the fact that we also at home when I was growing up, we ate a hicking short a while. Like we had like 15 minutes when everyone was done, and of course we had the rule like whoever lifts their ass first from the table is going to do going to put the cheese in the refrigerator, etc. So everyone was trying to be even faster, so we just all inhaled our food.
God, that's so different.
Yeah, like trying to enjoy like any kind of food when I'm at a restaurant, I'm like, be slow, darling.
Yes.
I was the exact opposite. I was told to like just like you don't rush, just take your time, because we were very like a Mediterranean style upbringing. So if we could, we would reheat the meals. But I'd get so angsty. I'd start going like, oh, I want to go back play my video games. I want to watch Simpsons. So eventually, I just had my dinner, started eating my dinner in front of the TV, and that was the end of our dinner time. Which now looking back at it, there's a level ennui about that. They wanted me to be a part of the family.
Fault.
It 100% is my
Family
fault.
members wanting you to be a part of the family. Goodness gracious!
It just makes me want to eat KFC or something.
I don't know, but I'm scared. Chicken.
This is from the KFC Spanish Twitter.
Está aquí something and something.
Chicken.
Haz una paradita en el kiosco cuando puedas.
Hola.
Y etc.
Is there a language that you aren't good at?
I have no idea what I just said. I just know the Spanish accent.
All right. Well, you could still roll. You could still do your bluff. Like you could do that roll for like deception going on there if you need to.
Of course, like if I were to speak Swedish, I would speak with the Finnish variant, the so-called Moomin speech, as they call it in Sweden, because the actual Swedish people, if we take a sentence like "Hey, how are you?" Which would be "Hejsan, hur mår du idag?" in Finnish variant of Swedish. In Swedish, that would be depends on the area. But for instance, heisan hur mår du idag? That's a big difference.
I was literally eating this exact peanut butter 2 hours ago.
Wow. To me, it's just so strange that you guys have so much peanut butter. Americans and Canadians.
We don't really have, like, we have peanut butter, but we don't really eat it.
It's. Do you use it more as an ingredient for like cakes? Because that's what we do.
Yeah, like from time to time, very rarely.
It's major thing. Like, for us, it's butter. So much butter.
And there's something I've always wanted to try doing with it. To do this, it's really simple, and I just have to scoop out a bunch of it.
Yes.
And spread it on my dish.
Lewd.
After that, I can turn off the lights, and now I can try shooting it with some UV light. If I then move it around,
you're giving it skin cancer. Stop.
Trail, and this is actually the peanut butter glowing in the dark.
Has peanut skin.
It's supposed to work even better when it's cold, though. So I decided to freeze it with some liquid nitrogen.
Woot. No, that's eczema.
Now, when I blast it with the UV, it definitely works a lot better. But anyway, what's going on here is an effect called delayed fluorescence. This is happening because the peanut butter naturally contains chemicals that can absorb the UV light and re-emit it.
Neat.
It's at a rave.
Cool. This is just some.
I do love Niall. His proper episodes are incredibly long and complicated, but they result in some really cool events. His shorts are short. They're more digestible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like peanut butter is.
Speaking of something that's just delightful.
Oh
God, it's aggressively cute.
Absolutely. Yes. And as a person who is unfortunately allergic to, well, not all kinds of pets, but for instance, a wee bit allergic to dogs and cats, I'm here like, I would like to have one.
Get a turtle.
I grew up around cats all the time, but then like 10 years ago or so, I started becoming allergic to them for no reason at all.
Oh no!
That makes me sad.
Yeah, and with cats, it's all about their saliva.
Mm-hmm.
Because those buggers just lick themselves and they're like, yeah, that's the protein that makes you allergic to them. So for instance, the Siberian cat and the, what is it called? Don't remember the other breed. I need to Google it in a moment. But for instance, the Siberian cat has less of the allergen protein in the saliva. So when they, wash themselves, they are not as prone to giving people allergic reactions as other cats.
Meanwhile,
that's expensive, I think, though.
Getting
one of them.
That dog. That looks like
bear.
That looks like a kid in a. Yeah, I think so. It looks like a kid in a dog suit. It doesn't look real.
Kids in a dog suit.
That fur is bizarre.
I bet I can't even see.
Like a Malamute or that. What's the other one from Asia? The very big dog.
I don't know.
What the hell?
Oh, I've seen this.
Costume.
I haven't.
This is terrifying.
No.
Yes.
Uncanny.
Yes.
Uncanny.
It is horrific.
No.
The valley is real. And we are in it.
I don't want to be in this valley.
Speaking of otherkins, now we're into extreme furry.
The only valley I want to be in is the Moomin Valley.
Moomin can't save you now. We are in Kuala Lumpur, deep in the uncanny valley. Japanese man spent a rough collie costume to fill his dream of becoming a. This is the fucking
collie costume. That's a
but,
rough one.
But this is like the South Park joke with Kyle's dad who wanted to be a dolphin.
Based on the way it's capitalized, I think rough collie is just the name of the breed.
Yeah, naturally, yeah. But that reminds me, that kind of dolphin costume reminds me of that. What is the series called? Inside Job, I think, on Netflix.
Yeah, I've seen clips of it.
Oh, it's like I've also seen clips of it. I'm like, yes, go forth, my child.
Well, I made it a collie because it looks real when I put on. So hold on, if you could get to be a Rottweiler or a bulldog.
Oh yeah, someone said Newfoundland dog about the dog breed over there. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, my phone.
It's very unsettling.
Mr. Toko said because its long hair can mislead the human figure. Would you it's just that any large dog would have been it. Oh my god, this is haunting. This is haunting.
Be glad you're not seeing it in motion, because
if there was a link here.
There was someone who was speaking Swedish to me, so jag mår också bra, tack.
Oh, is that what that was?
They were asking how I was doing. I said I was doing good.
Said Miss Douglas said it was creepy. Well, yeah, obviously it's both, but there's going to be one lopsided over another. Like I'd look at that and be like, oh, is that dog stuffed? Like, that's like some sort of taxidermy dog, and then it moves. I'm like, ah!
It's something like between an uncanny valley doll and a taxidermy dog, and then you're like, if it moves, I'm going to run.
Questions will be asked. Questions we don't want to know.
Yeah.
Now, when you say run, you don't mean flee. You mean running to go get the heavy flamer, right?
Well, whatever background music you want to get there, but something's going down at least.
Speaking of the devil, background music that I didn't plan to turn on, but it still turns on anyway because I clicked on it, and I don't like that.
Smoking. Also, is that a 2 + 2 × 2?
Yep. It's
I think they're both pluses.
That if they're both pluses, then well, it's still 6.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is cool.
Yeah, I've seen this. This is amazing. Oh, you just keep watching.
I think she just chucks it.
Yeah, like this grunt is amazing.
Nice.
I don't trust the music with the copyright. I'm so paranoid with copyrights. It's that episode with Girly. Oh god.
Scam
situation.
Situation.
Look at that.
Like it just gets better and better.
Look at the detail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to learn how to paint like that someday.
Damn.
Yeah.
If you're enjoying the stream, folks, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you haven't already, don't forget to check out our Discord, Twitter, Krendar's All-in-One, where he has many fine things to show you. And don't forget to also check out Twitch, aiming for to get to affiliates. So every single new follower helps. I'm actually going there after this show. And if you want to help out, we have a stream goal. Finances wish to grow for that New York trip in January. I'm pumped.
You have that coming up.
Yeah, I do. It's still a long way to go, but last stream I did, we got a lot of very generous people that helped a lot, and I should have the ticket at the end of the month.
Ooh, I hope you will. Fingers crossed.
Oh yeah, we were making so many plans. Life is a funny way of teaching us to be kind. Ha ha.
Life is a funny way of teaching us in general. Also, I love those ducks.
Wow.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
That duck is my totem animal now.
I instant karma on this jerk.
Chip. Curry sauce. Bird!
Oh, so they're German.
Mine.
Mine.
Oh, these birds are so confused. I love it.
I'd be getting scared that it'd break through the glass.
This reminds me, have you seen the YouTube videos about, I don't remember what that man is called, but he's feeding a seagull called Steven. Like, I think Steven is a girl, but still. And just getting Steven's trust, like one, feeding at a time. Also, goodness gracious, Eleanor Morton, love her.
Oh, you know her! You're the first guest that we had on who actually knows who she is.
Yeah, absolutely. I just stumbled onto her YouTube videos. I was like, yeah, loving that.
Yeah, we've watched her 2 or 3 times before. I love her.
Don't jiggle because it's all gone on heating. 5th richest country where it's hard to keep eating. Trying to privatize TV, take over the BBC. Look, Nadine, I know being you, it ain't easy. Just stick to the sex scenes in your books, okay? And please stop trying to fuck the UK. And then I'd probably drop the microphone if I had one.
No, you need to do the dance, darling.
Expensive. My money
Wasn't a bad rap.
Absolutely,
Who's
it's
the
a
person
very good
she's
one.
talking shade to?
Nadine Dorris. UK Secretary of State.
idea.
Oh yeah, she's kind of fucking shit over when it comes to the BBC. So that was,
Yeah,
I guess.
that you know, cover
58
photo gave me the kind of Rule Britannia vibes.
That's is that Thatcher? That looks like Thatcher. And then 2 queens.
I think it's just
Wait,
Ellie,
hold on.
Ellie, and Ellie.
The person that in Ireland is asking the Finnish person and the Canadian whether or not somebody is Margaret Thatcher.
Well,
Yeah, but
normally,
Elizabeth.
whenever we saw her, she was behind tons of security, and at least one of us had a sniper rifle, but it was too vague to take a shot. That was just the way of it.
So with that logic, it wasn't the Finnish person.
You'd have gotten the job. We should have outsourced it to you. You'd have gotten the job done. We resort to
focus.
You saw us show up, and we've got the rifles facing behind our shoulders. They're not working. No, they're not working. I don't know. The cast of Dairy Girls sent out to kill to kill Margaret Thatcher.
Like, I'm already in a tree.
And August wants to know, what's all this then?
This I'm surprised Taffy isn't here. This is a very British episode, and he's our regular. Well, he's our Taffy.
Taffy! We
I'm
need
not sure
you,
if
Taffy.
I've ever seen him in chat.
Do we have to call you Fudge?
Multiplies on screen during graphics glitch. Good thing it's graphics glitch, because if it was graphic glitch, that could go in one of 2 ways. 1, nice, but YouTube wouldn't like it, or 2, oh my god, and YouTube also wouldn't like it.
Right now in the Twin Cities, it's a comfortable Tuesday night. 46 in Hinckley, 57 in Marshall, 50 is the current temperature.
Whoa!
No, no. Ooh, that's funky.
Oh, I like how there's a
What
delay
is
on each
going-
one.
Ooh.
I think I've seen this before. This is amazing.
What's going on? Oh man! Do you guys want
Loving
one
it.
Juniper or 2 Junipers? Oh,
We're having a technical meltdown.
Almost makes up for a really ugly dress.
Can you leave that?
Honestly,
Although honestly, the dress
if I
kind
was
of
on her
works because
shoes,
it looks like somebody's having an LSD hallucination right
yeah, but honestly, if I was in her shoes and saw that, like on the monitor, I would be doing the exact same thing. Like, heh.
You gotta lean in on that.
Of course,
Can you
absolutely.
leave that screen off the screen?
Agreed.
Oh my
It's the weather train.
Join the weather train tomorrow
No
at
idea
8
what that was.
a.m.
But that was brilliant. Yes, it was. 41.
I love it how she's just taking it in stride. Like, yeah, that was just brilliant.
Oh no, she's become a kaiju. All is lost.
Minnesota.
I do that too.
As one does.
High of 67. By tomorrow evening,
just
quiet,
become a
50 clouds,
kaiju.
56 for a temperature. Here's your 7-day forecast. We'll get you out of that crazy.
I also like
thing
how the
that just
closed
happened,
captioning
whatever that
doesn't
was,
understand the word tomorrow.
Funhouse-like situation.
There is no tomorrow.
Oh no.
Also, that Welsh weather like person who just says the name of the city, just like impeccable.
Oh yeah. I know the very one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Welsh weather presenter 50. Yeah, he does it in one.
I just like look at his
Big
face.
contrast in
after
temperature
he says
across
it.
the UK, just 12 degrees over coastal parts of eastern England with cloudy skies, but in the sunshine in northwest Wales at RAF Mona, just up the road from Llanfair to Pwllgwyn, Gellgogera Cwndrobwll, Llantysilio Gogogoch, the temperature got to 21 Celsius.
That's it. Yeah, I just said it.
Who the hell named that city?
It was made intentionally to get in the Guinness Book of Records and just to be the longest name. It's not a natural name in Welsh, like it is literal gibberish if you translate it. But they were like, we can make this work.
In the grim darkness of the far future, there is no tomorrow.
There is only
war.
There's only
It's called Welsh, darling.
That sounds like what he said, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Hey, they're cousins to me. Very distant cousins. Oh, this is cool. This is Ted Cruz getting yelled at after, well, the bad thing that happened in Texas.
After being Ted Cruz.
Right, yeah.
He can't leave his home without getting harassed. I feel good that America is still full of people like that. Don't give them an inch.
Yeah, it is honestly horrifying that, think about it, like people in the US get to like drink alcohol when they're 21, but depends on in which state you're in. For instance, you can get a gun at, when you're 18, and you don't even have to have a permission for that.
Yep.
And then of course, that these kinds of things happen in other countries too. There was a school shooting in Finland as well. I think there was at least 2, but still, we haven't had those in ages. Hopefully, there won't be any. But still, in
America's
the future,
had tons of them.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what's going on in America. What's going on with the healthcare system, the mental health of these people who think it is okay to just go into a school and just kill people like that?
There was another one yesterday or the day before in a hospital. A former patient blamed his back pain on his doctor, and he went in and shot about 8 people. And then shot himself because he didn't care. He was like, "You caused my back pain." That'd be like if I went to my doctor and was like, "You didn't fix my sciatica when I wanted to." Bang bang. No, normal people don't do that, but Americans, well,
yeah. And I don't know in how many countries this is an issue, but because we only hear about the US, that people who are from the US, I'm worried for you.
and people will wring their hands and say, "I've actually got 1 or 2 other things of politicians getting." Beto O'Rourke stormed a stage to claim that this is all your fault, which it is, and to some politicians who are I think the governor of Texas or something. I don't actually know where the clip is. When I see it, I'll see it. But the pain is very real, and yet nothing is done about it. Hell, big props to Canada for trying to at least try something new. You've passed 2 rules: 1 on banning of handguns, and 2, you're trying out legalizing all drugs in British Columbia. Well, not legalizing it, but decriminalizing it. So
yeah, but just think about that normal day for a US. Well, depends on where you are, naturally, yet again. But for a normal day for a US student or a pupil could be that you are practicing in case of some lunatic coming to your school and wanting to kill people. That's just very unfair for the children. They have to grow up so fast because some people are just absolutely out there mentally, and they think that's all right.
Why are we giving guns to people who are this cracked in the head?
Yeah.
Even most... Here it is, by the way. I will go back to that other one in a bit. Even a lot of Republicans do agree that a waiting period and a background check is not the end of their Second Amendment rights. It's just that it's never really pushed as thoroughly as it could. But then you talk to even moderate gun right people, say, Vosh or 2 Guns or Jeff Holiday, and they'll all be like, yeah, A, B, C, D, and they all have their own different ways of going about it. But then you've got the hardcore people, the people in the NRA, and even crazier who were kicked out of the NRA, and they're like, no, my freedom and my guns, I let my guns in freedom. The libs try to take my guns away so they can turn the frogs gay or something. I don't know.
I want to know if the guy on the far left just ate a lemon a second ago.
There's nothing really to smile about in this.
No, but he looks like...
Right, it was the person who just came there hey, by the way, have you thought about this?
No, they haven't thought at all.
Yeah. Well, then again, if you are making some gun laws, you don't usually think about people going and shooting up like, children.
You do if you're in America. There's enough precedent.
As how many of us was Americans again?
I'm closest. At least the Elf King shows up.
Yeah.
Hear what he said there? Could you hear what he said there? Like, how could you make this a political issue? What the fuck do you think this is? This is the ultimate political issue in America right now. Whether or not normal people should have the right to burst into a school and shoot it up.
Yeah, and politics isn't just about, like, I think this, I think that, well, fuck you then. And it is about, for instance, when it comes to school shootings, very much about politics and what sort of policies we create for guns, for example.
Mm-hmm. Very curious to see if that gun ban it will actually make a major difference in crime up in Canada. Because there's a good chance they'll just go down to America and just have them bunches smuggled in. They've got more than enough to spare.
Yeah, that's gonna slow down and stop a lot of people, though.
Hope so. You know, most suicides, when they take place with guns, if you have a waiting period of enough days, it usually will just drop the potential of the suicide next to nothing because it's a spur of the moment sort of thing. I won't say who, but I'm following someone on Twitter. You'd probably all recognize the name, and they recently just had a thread saying that a few days ago they tried to take their own life, and they stopped because they thought about it and they realized that like if they went through with it, even if they regretted it immediately, they'd never get a chance to, you know.
Yeah.
Like
it's the kind of the ultimate decision or ultimate solution for anything when it comes to death, and even in the lowest points of anyone's life, I hope that they think about it like, hey, is it so horrible? And if it is, how horrible would it be to the other people who care for you, even though you wouldn't think that they would care for you like as much as they do?
Yeah, you need to keep it in context. Here we'll watch something a little bit more positive. Didn't mean to downer it, but we do live in a very sad time.
Yeah, we do. And as a person who has just this spring gone through a burnout, and as a person who has, of course, self-doubt of like of course I've always been a kind of survivor type of person, and I wanted to be like, yeah, I could do it all. Yeah, fuck no. And it kind of, when you fall down like that, when it comes to a burnout, or when it comes to burnout in general, it hits your ego, or at least the kind of ego that you have there, like, yeah, I can do it, I can be the best, like no one ever was, kind of like catching the motherfucking 150 Pokemon at the same, like, you know, during the next hour or something like that. It hurts you, especially if you've grown accustomed to or try to grow this kind of a facade for yourself in which you like, yeah, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. And when you suddenly can't, it leaves you so vulnerable. And during that time, many people go through all kinds of thoughts about changing a career to ending their lives. It could be anything. It depends on the person, naturally. And to, like, if there happens to be any one of these people here listening to this, regardless of when you're listening to this, I hope that you realize that it hurts at the moment and you feel worthless at the moment, but that does not mean that people in your life do not care for you. And they would be very sad to see you gone.
Hell, you're talking to someone who recently just went through a breakup. Lady's gone. We'll always remember. Yeah, she always liked you, and I've got nothing but respect for her. But things had to come to an end at some point.
And it doesn't feel good. Like, regardless of the situation, it never feels good.
But yeah, context is key. And you know what the great thing about it is? I've done this dance before. So this time it hurt, but I knew how to deal with it. And this time next week, I'll be doing all right. I'll be doing all right. It stings. You can't stop it from stinging. It's just what you do with the knowledge that it stings, you know?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Anyway.
Welcome.
Hey, perfect timing.
What's up this?
You missed all the fun. It's all.
We're down in the dumps at the moment.
Sorry about my terrible lighting. It's really bright on one side of me.
That's all right. I'll move you down here and get. Actually, where is Cranny Cran? Cranny Cran.
I'm over here.
Yes, you
I'll
are.
fix the lighting issue. Hold on.
Yeah, take your time.
There he is. Next to you.
But yeah, we were very much into deep topics over here
Well,
when you just arrived.
We ain't gotta. We can duplicate.
We can also do something else.
Yeah. Let's see. Copy and paste and drag, and that's not what I asked you to drag. There you go. There you go, you little bastard. Come on out. Come on out now. My accents are borderline racist, which they are, but I'm Irish, so I can do it.
And I'm here like, hi, I'm Finnish. I'm trying to do something with my accent.
You have so many accents that I don't know if you.
I don't even know when I'm switching them. Of course, if I'm doing a French accent, I know that. But like when it comes to the British Isles, I'm like all over the place.
Okay, let's.
Nev lives in Ireland and he doesn't have an Irish accent either, so.
Yeah. Oh, so what part of America are you from? You seeing family?
See, you just sound like you're from America when you say that.
And if I try to do an American accent, I just don't.
Now, could anyone tell me what the hell?
I have no idea.
They are trying to get that, that ring to that hook.
All's good there, Elf?
I know why there's a striptease show after this, but still.
Woo!
That was pointless.
Right?
I mean,
I love the overreaction.
It's kind of sweet, yeah. The overreaction is kind of sweet, like fuck yeah, and then just like take your shirt off and everything.
I put a ring into a ring.
I think they must have set this up ahead of time because that looks like one of those fake
Clap
to rip easily.
Right.
And that table went right down the middle as well.
I think this game is called "If You Like It, Then You Should Have Put a Ring on It."
Ah.
Yeah.
Hold on,
Does
no.
anybody watch G4?
Say again?
I'm just wondering if anybody watches G4 TV because I never have.
It's back, so it's trying to rebrand itself. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was gone for a while, but
They got the completionist on there.
I got they had Code Monkeys back in the day. I don't care what other people said. I loved Code Monkeys. It had a lot of in jokes for like older gamers, and I'm like, I know that reference.
Like, I'm an old gamer.
Hold on, I missed my turn. Oh Jesus!
Oh no 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 no! Not the ideal place to just. What the fuck is going on?
Sorry.
About this.
I'll tell you what's going on here. Somebody's losing their driver's license.
Oh, absolutely.
I bloody well hope so.
Think about it, like how much skill do you have to have? Like when you think of the first card, it's just like topples over.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. But the second car is there, like nope. It doesn't even topple over. Like, 5 out of 5. Loving it.
All right, let's be honest here. This opening scene looks like a very cheap porno intro.
I was about to say, how can
Cheap
I get
porno
bullied like
and
this?
it looks like a cheap porno and does not look like anybody's getting bullied at all.
No.
Bullied at school.
This sounds great.
What is this music?
Oh, he's getting femdom.
He was homeless.
Okay.
Very clean shaven.
Please continue.
Yes, and.
He was homeless for 10 minutes.
He is now a doctor. Always remember to chase your dreams.
Okay.
What?
That was
What does that have to do with anything?
It's like the underpants
If you happen to
gnomes.
be in a porno, just be homeless for 10 minutes and then just become. Yeah.
That was the Underpants Gnomes. It was like, step 1, get bullied. Step 3, doctor.
Step 4, profit.
Oh God! Do you know that channel on YouTube that has the really crappy sort of like life lessons, and they try to play it off really seriously, like, this girl actually has been shoplifting by pretending to be insulted by the cashier, but I'm gonna show them like wrong, and it's very, very cheaply, very basically done. I forget the name of it, but it's got like thousands and thousands of. It's so cheesy and so cheap. I think.
Every time this video starts over again, I just keep staring at the girl on the left. So.
Okay, let's go back.
Half listening.
Bam.
Oh, she kind of thick.
Yeah, she very thick. She very thick.
Also, this portion of the video when it's playing, just like in the background, I'm hearing the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song.
Yo, this is a story.
I got in one little fight. My mom got scared.
I was homeless like 10 minutes.
Jeez, I'm expecting to hear the Pornhub opening. Pornhub community.
First that like Pornhub opening, and then this is the story all about. Like what?
Ooh, Wood Rocket. This could be a Wood Rocket movie.
Yeah.
The black space at the bottom of the screen needs a Brazzers logo.
Yeah, we need a girl. We need the thick girl with a Gonzo lens in all the weird places, and she needs to be coated head to toe in baby oil.
Oh no.
Easy, Elf, you just got on.
And I was just about to get off.
Oh my. Now, what is this? Oh, this is actually, I think we were about to watch it last week. This is from the Russian Parliament or whatever it is.
Hang on,
I may have been able to read that, but
I was gonna say, Naerina, how do we pronounce this?
I have no fucking idea. I didn't take any Russian lessons.
Elf did though, didn't you?
I have never had any lessons. Some of my friends have taught me things like "Привет, как дела?" but that's like "Hello, how are you?"
Yeah.
We'll have to save this one for instance.
That's about all I remember too, honestly, from when I learned Russian.
Actually, I think we did.
I can read some of the letters, but I cannot tell you what this says.
I have no ideas of the letters, so I'm like, it is. I know, the Cyrillic alphabet or whatever it's called in English. I'm like, that's fancy.
If I'm right, we watched this already. It was from the Russian Parliament, and some of the people in the back are forming an anti-Putin coalition in the Russian Parliament, and they're now standing up publicly.
As one does.
Yeah, there's only like only 4 or 5 of them. They're a part of the Communist Bloc, which is its own separate party inside the party. Inside
in Russia, you don't say.
Yeah, well, they didn't just vanish. Well, they kind of did.
But honestly, like, I have some Russian friends, and I know, like, there are 3 of them. I have heard from only one of them. So I'm a wee bit scared for the 2 of them, like the 2 rest of them. None of them are men, so I don't think they're fighting, but you never know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm waiting for the gits to show up. Yeah.
An Indian. Say, I seem to be lost. I'm looking for the Taj Mahal, but I can't seem to find it.
The hell's wrong with your face, man?
Sure is.
It's called being in English.
Hot in India. Say, maybe you can tell me. What is that ball of fire in the sky? Sun. Interesting. Yes, I'll be curious.
This is not historically accurate. He'd burn to a crisp far sooner if he was English.
That's true.
I'm sure glad we don't have one of those in England.
He's baking in his armor. Look at him.
That's where I'm from, by the way. England. My name is Jonathan Smith. I'm an Englishman, and considered quite a handsome one at that. Say.
I think the Disney movie took some liberties.
I'm loving the voice acting in this.
How old are you? have they invented laws here yet? It's really the crux of my question.
This, unfortunately, was historically accurate. She was like 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This part is definitely
This
the
is the
accurate
princess
part.
age.
Never mind.
Hold on.
What the hell?
What was her answer?
Is that
Can you go back to her
historically
answering?
accurate as well?
My question.
Surprise Nosferatu.
Well,
What'd she say?
never mind.
She said
Surprise
yes.
Nosferatu.
U.S.?
She said yes. She said, did they have laws here? And she said, yes, question mark.
Okay.
And hello. Oh, John Ralph, there you are.
What's going on here then?
I was just talking to this wonderful Indian girl.
Hello, darling! Say, do you know where the Taj Mahal is?
Oh my god, run.
Like,
if you run fast enough, it won't hit you. That thing has terrible accuracy. Just run.
I agree with the post. This was 100% historically accurate.
Yeah.
Nightmare fuel. That was terrifying.
What was it? Yeah, don't worry, they take her to London, and she gets to see how civilized people live, and it's just all like a Monty Python skit. Alright, love, what you doing?
Adventure! Yay, we're going to have so much fun!
I 100% cannot stress this enough. Everyone in that image is now dead. Like,
probably
technically, yeah. Now, this is actually a rare Biden W.
Said that he has a super bad feeling about the U.S. economy. He's laying off 10%. You say to Elon Musk about his feeling about the economy. Jamie Dimon has said similar things.
Well, let me tell you, while Elon Musk is talking about that, Ford is increasing their investment overwhelmingly. I think Ford is increasing the investment in building new electric vehicles, 6,000 new employees, union employees, I might add, in the Midwest. The former Chrysler Corporation, Stellantis, they are also making similar investments in electric vehicles. Intel is adding 20,000 new jobs for making computer chips. You know, lots of luck on this trip to the moon. I mean, you know.
I'll have you know he wants to go to Mars. Yeah. You look really stupid now, old man. Yeah.
I mean, the Void Dragon is there.
That's true. You also have. Yeah. He can be like the whale out of South Park and just like be there in the void, just laying on the ground.
Yeah, Lev. By the way, I just got a DM. Apparently, your audio is way louder than everything else.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I can fix that very easily.
Just so as you know.
Thank you. There we go.
Feedback is good.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, keep us posted on this.
Yeah, this has been
Yeah,
a
why
bit of
didn't you
a.
tell us this August?
Yeah, we've been at it for an hour and a half now.
Had better finish not to speak about it before an hour and a half in. Like, yeah, by the way.
I'm sorry to bring this up to you, but
That is honestly so very Finnish.
They say it is much better now.
As well it would be.
Yay.
Oh, here's a bit of racism getting owned.
Oh. You speak American around here.
I can try to do that, but that's gonna sound highly racist.
I think she'd appreciate you more for being racist.
I'm
going
to speak with a very English accent, like hello there.
Hello.
Or then I could try to do the Finnish accent, to which I need to focus to do that.
She probably wouldn't mind because you're white, almost. Although I've never actually. No, I have seen a picture of you.
Well, I mean, like I would assume that this lady that is ranting in this video would be okay with whoever is if they're white, whatever. But also maybe not. She seems like she might be the kind of person who would attack literally anybody not speaking just regular American English.
And
Probably.
even then, there's probably
Think
go
about
after
you
their
just
looks.
visiting that place from another part of the US and they're like, just go back where you came from. Like, thanks.
This makes me wonder if this
You want
person
us
was
to go
actually
back to
speaking
Fargo?
Spanish or if they were just speaking with a accent, but speaking English.
Right?
Yeah, and, like, there are so many American accents.
I love the sneaky corner kid.
You're very prejudiced, and I want you out of my restaurant right now. I'll finish my meal, and then I'll... You know what? I'll do it for you, man. I'll call the cops and have you trespass me. It'll be easier for me, it'll be easier for you to have people like you, so ignorant and disrespectful. We are ignorant.
She can't even say it. Ignorant.
Oh, God. We aren't ignorant. We're just here we're trying to, like, enjoy this meal.
I like this guy, though. He's awesome.
I love how they
Yeah.
prove their ignorance by being unable to say the word ignorant.
You're very ignorant and disrespectful. Have a great day and
Yeah,
get out
great.
of my restaurant.
This guy's awesome. Good for him.
This isn't your restaurant.
Yes, it is, ma'am.
It is not.
It is, actually, as a matter of fact, it is.
Wow. How can she prove it's not a franchise and he
And you
isn't
know
the
what?
owner?
The
Like,
owner
what?
of this franchise
Yeah.
is Mexican. His name is Guillermo Morales.
They always speak English.
No, they don't. He does not.
What entire nation?
You're very inconsiderate and you're very rude. So, get your business somewhere else. Get your business somewhere else.
You don't have to.
I think the weird that they have the music on like some sort of like heart thing. Beep beep.
You don't know how to act
Welcome
right
to
around
Law and
people.
Order.
Excuse me, you're telling me not to speak my native language? You're being really prejudiced,
Yeah.
ma'am. You're being really prejudiced.
I didn't tell you. I said you should speak it
You know what?
around here.
I have nothing to say to you, ma'am. Just have a nice day.
You
And then come
know.
back.
How
I'm
polite
glad you
is
won't.
that? Like, you're just angry as all fuck.
Don't
and then
worry,
just
you'll be
have
on-
a nice day.
You'll be on
Right,
Tim
I'd be like-
Pool or Tucker Carlson within the week saying how you're the victim.
Yeah,
I feel like
absolutely.
dropping F-bombs and everything else. This lady got off so light. This guy was actually really polite.
He was
Yeah.
very
Yelling.
professional, but you could tell
Yeah.
how angry he was, and rightly
Oh,
so
he's-
too.
Yeah, exactly. Like, no, he kept it together pretty well, though. I would say, like, he had every right to be that angry.
And of course, this is 2019 now. I guarantee you, she'd stand and she'd probably like lunge at him.
Make it even better.
July, isn't it? So it was already Corona time. No, it's 2019. Sorry.
Yeah, we had
It's
no
really bad.
idea how, but it
Yeah.
was still pretty bad, deep into Trump territory at that point.
Wow. Se me sacó en la realidad. Go ahead, ma'am. I'm the general manager. You know what she told me? She said, you gotta speak English in here. What? Yeah.
Yeah, that actually reminds me. Today, like, we had the last day of, teaching. Well, not teaching, but, kind of last meeting with the teachers. And we went to eat. And then there was one of these, like, one of the waiters was there, like, that came to us, like, hello, is it okay if I speak in English? Because, of course, in Finland, we don't usually speak in English. And we were like, yeah, sure, go for it. So, with that logic, we should have been like, oh my goodness, like, can't you speak Finnish? Like, it's just like 15 cases and we don't have any prepositions or articles. We just have suffixes. Come on, it's like one of the hardest languages to learn. Come on, bitch,
You're in
please.
Finnish land. You speak Finishlandia around here.
Yeah, where's your Finnish Landianism?
Mm-hmm.
Have a great day. Don't come back. Because I promise you, I will have you trespass.
But the waiter was really sweet.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oíme, es
And yeah, this one is a badass.
Es increíble.
Me dice, you
English is not the official. There is no official language, is there? it was
Yeah,
intentionally, yeah.
We
It-
don't have an official language.
no. They did that
People seem to
to.
think it's English because of the majority of people here speak English, but
Yeah.
it is not, in fact, our official language. We do
Isn't it
have one.
true
Yeah.
that the DMV has like a big book full of different sayings in like every officially recognized language in the United States?
I have no idea. I don't really speak any other languages fluently, so I've never really experienced that at the DMV.
I
What
think
sort of
like,
language do you speak non-fluently then?
Japanese to a like somewhat intermediate degree, but I haven't practiced it in a long time, so I'm not very good.
Well, you'll be better than me. I'm here like Sugoi, and that's that.
That's okay. You said
As
it
long-
right, so that's a start.
Well, as long as the message gets through, that's the main point.
Mm-hmm.
Even if
I
the
had a lot of
grammar
fun
wouldn't be the correct one.
I also learned French at one point, but that was before Japanese, and I really don't remember any French. And I've also taken Russian, but also don't remember very much of that.
That's okay. There's not much French worth remembering, so it's all right.
Yeah.
Omelette du fromage, la baguette.
Yeah.
Food things.
Food things indeed.
The accent's fun though. Just
It
I don't
is.
care about learning the language anymore.
Yeah,
I'm just tired of it because of Quebec.
I love the fact that different languages like use the different muscles in the mouth and throat area. I'm like, ooh, I haven't used this muscle before. How exciting!
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess this
So you
video's not loading.
understand, Alf. Quebec is a few blocks away from me.
Oh, okay.
How is like that close to the quid French border?
Okay, this isn't loading.
Oh well,
Says it
I guess
is, but
it needs
it's
major
lying.
repair works as well.
Yeah, the when I saw it last, it does look like it's bursting like a skin, like a pop in a boil, but it's coming up out of like the ground. It looks weird
Lovely.
as hell. Oh yeah,
For that mental image.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
There's so many ways you could have described that.
No, I really couldn't. I really couldn't. It had to happen, and you're all welcome for it, because I commit to the people I care about. Let's look at some
We had
food.
Virgo today already.
I'm gonna have nightmares about the historically accurate Pocahontas anyway.
You know it.
Yeah.
JF
Mint
Holiday.
jelly sausage.
Oh no, please no, not mint jelly.
Mint
That
jelly,
sounds
yeah.
so gross.
Oh, we have to.
You'd be
Arby's one,
surprised.
though, I'm not
The
gonna
aloe
lie, the
vera
Arby's
sausage
one,
turned out really well.
Yep.
The
Oh,
Arby's
steak
one-
boiled in A1 sauce. Interesting.
No real point, by the way, to look at the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial, because let's be honest here, the world was talking about that. You want
Also, the outcome was exactly what you expected it to be.
Yeah.
Actually, it was exactly what I expected it to be. I figured that, like, technically neither of them... Like, I know Johnny Depp was, like, the winner, but, like, they both had to pay money, so neither of them won.
Yeah, but it was heavily weighted in Depp's favor.
Very
He
most
got a little
definitely,
slap in the wrist, but not much. And of course, also the aftermath is exactly what you expected with
Yeah,
a
absolutely.
whole
They
bunch
kind of
of
know I'm not going to
people
accept
drinking
this.
the Kool-Aid,
Yeah.
not accepting
Yeah.
the results. Yes.
There is one thing I did see about that, but I can't bloody find it, and I guess it doesn't matter.
What
but
was
what I
it?
do remember,
Explain.
it was all right. So it was Amber Heard's lawyer on a show, a panel with a bunch of people, and she was saying how why she lost, and this former NFL player is there going like, it's very easy to blame the other team, but sometimes you got to look in the mirror, and the look back on her face was just there like, oh.
Considering some NFL like after game interviews and stuff that I've heard before and
right
heard
back.
parodied before, that's like a surprisingly good burn. Not to say that like football players are stupid, it's just there's usually not a lot of like wordsmanship.
But this is what I originally wanted to show you here. It's
Is it this one?
Yes, that's the one. I suppose I spoiled it for the rest of you, but bam, Johnny Depp holding badger cub. This is what he's been doing with his time off. He went to an animal shelter.
And it's a European version.
Yeah, the superior version.
Of course. The sophisticated one.
Although they are so prone to sickness and they often have to get culled.
Just like the British. I mean, wait, what?
Yeah, he was on stage. He was caught having a few drinks in a pub, and he's in a badger.
I believe being on stage is the reason why he wasn't there for the reading of the verdict as well.
Yeah,
because he had a prior commitment.
Prior commitment, like I have to be in a pub. Sorry, Lance. I will say this: there's no reason to do the whole There's no reason whatsoever to do the whole. See, this disproves Me Too. Johnny Depp was Me Too'd. Like, he is as much of a so as anyone else. A lot of people are trying to turn this into some sort of anti-feminist sort of thing, and I'm like, why did you get that take? Oh, you're looking for any take. You're looking for any take.
Yep.
Right.
So, but there's no need to it. Like, Amber Heard was not great. Johnny was not 100% without fault either.
But it was Johnny.
Yeah.
Her lawyer here is this is not going to be good for her career.
I am
unfortunately, no.
NFL player.
The other one is going to make a fortune.
And after a hard loss, it's easy to wake up and point to the other side. Oftentimes, I realized the better thing to do was to look in the mirror. What mistakes did I make as a player? What mistakes did our coaching staff make? And then how can we improve from there? Do you feel like you guys made any mistakes along the way? Do you feel like Amber made a mistake?
Face.
Oh no!
Beep, boop, boop. Sparks flying out of it.
Right.
Like such a memeable face that is always, regardless of that topic and regardless who's shown, that is such a bad face to make.
She's like the kind of person who just is flabbergasted when you suggest that maybe her failure was her fault.
Yeah.
While she was on
I
the
can't
stand, because
understand
you're
the
saying
concept,
it's
but I
the
lost.
celebrity, it's Johnny, it's the people who support him. But what about you and your team?
Well, and that's an excellent question. And to say, and Amber even said on the stand, I am not perfect. I am a human being. These people were giving her death threats. They threatened to
I like how she wobbles
microwave.
around while she's talking.
And you notice she deflected and go like, see, these people were giving death threats. These people were giving death.
Objection, hearsay.
Yeah. Also not relevant to the question.
Indeed.
Yeah.
But then again, if you just happen to be in that kind of a situation, you're there like, yeah.
And welcome back.
Nobody cares about her.
Guys, coming off of the aloe
Ew,
vera
I'm sorry.
sausage,
That's
it would appear that
that's his mint jelly with leaves.
Yeah.
Just any leaves he found on the ground. He went into his little
Yeah.
flower and
No, there was a bunch over there and an
My name
oak.
is Elf King, but like, please no leaves in my jelly. That doesn't sound appetizing.
It sounds like it'd be weird texture-wise, but mint leaves are actually delicious.
Well, yeah, I know texture though.
Yeah, absolutely.
The texture with the jelly might be strange.
Yeah.
this is the sausage flavor. This isn't so much gooey as it is solid. We're gonna need like a knife to scoop that out.
Has he never heard of jelly before?
There it is.
Oh, it's just like little
Minty.
ground bits
It's
of leaf. It's not like a
it's
whole leaf.
Yeah, it's not like bay leaf or something like that.
It tastes like jelly spearmint gum. If it's good enough to spruce up prime rib, I don't see why it won't work with a sausage.
I've never had
You
mint
missed the
jelly.
last.
I think I've gotten
Me
it served
neither.
with. I think I've gotten it served with steak before, but
Does it
How was
taste
it?
closer to mint the candy or mint the leaf?
the leaf, and it was actually it was strong because there was a lot of other flavors working, so it had to compete. But you know what? It didn't overpower. It was there, but it was just one of many, and it worked. It worked because it was a proper sit down restaurant. Paid a fortune, and it was all right. It was pretty damn good.
I'm thinking this blade needs a sharpening. Let's get this party
I'm
started.
sharpening my knives, by the way.
Unless it's a different context for the noise, then damn.
Right, just close your eyes.
What do you
and
do
imagine
with
what
your
you
meat
will.
jello?
So we're moving on from Nurgle to Slanash then.
I was gonna say I'm imagining that fan art that I got tagged in the other day.
Oh yeah.
Which one?
No. Oh no.
No, that would be more.
Yes,
That would be more of a metal scraping noise, I imagine.
And I'm here like the Inquisition wishes to know.
Considering the artwork, I don't know how scrapey really.
Oh my.
Let's get this party started.
Now.
Why won't the party start?
Sounds like the party started without you.
It did.
You get a knife and then you get the
smells
party
like a water
started.
I have a knife that looks a lot like that,
what it
actually. It just
smells
doesn't
like.
have words on it.
So from what Naerina just said, it definitely is Slanash then.
Oh no. Oh, that's awful.
We don't need no education.
We only need meat sauce.
Oh no.
You won't get your pudding if you can't have your meat.
It's
we're gonna round this out
priest,
with
have a
little
little
bit of
priest. Is it any good, sir? It's too good, at least.
I just that texture is
Questionable.
that's something.
Mm-hmm.
And of course,
Yeah, that's
pepper.
something is perhaps the best description.
And now we're back to Miracle again.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sound.
So it's chaos undivided then.
Zontan and Derpicon desperately hitting record on their sound machines so they can pick up audio. Apparently, that's some of the hardest shit they had to do. There's no like soundboard file like
sound
collection.
It's really difficult, I'm sure.
According to Zontan, a lot of Jello was used for the original stuff. A lot.
I believe that.
Fuck. That means at some point in the early 2000s, a young Zontan fisted a whole thing of Jello with a mic next to it for hours on end to get the right textures. Sound textures.
I'm not the one who's so
And this is why I'm a
far
voice actor and
away
not a
when
sound
I
effects
feel the
specialist.
sauce
Or a lot of times, like I've seen them put like the microphone in a condom and then like dip it into the Jello.
Yeah, it is.
It's you intelligent.
Oh, that's a lot of mint jelly water.
Somebody needs to go to see their gynecologist.
Wipe that off.
Especially if that thing is green.
That is so
Let
gross.
sausage. Oh, it's a juicy one. That ends the fun right then and there. Man,
Be honest, is this normal looking?
All right.
Sure it is, honey. Sure it is.
The
Darling,
what's
that's a bit
what's the first
floppy.
likelihood prediction?
Hi, very
Forecast.
very liquid, very gooey. I'm gonna say hi.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, we're
That
gonna
is
get a
so
burst.
gross.
Also, hello to a person in Elf's background.
Yeah, so an arm.
Yeah.
That's my SO. That's Steve.
Hello, Arm. Arm Steve. Steve of the Armness.
Arm Steve.
He's not a full human. He's just an arm.
No, he's full human. There is a whole human attached to the arm.
I've seen it. I can
He
confirm.
But the
gagged.
arm is him. The rest of him. The rest of it's
Say
just a
also
clone.
hello to the full human attached to the arm.
I will.
Every toe, every
Both men have
finger.
its own personality. Just on the
making it
arm.
out of the pan
It's a
alive.
process.
And this is where Ciench comes in.
Special thanks to today's Mark Boxalo box artist. This
Ruffalo's.
guy. What's that say on there?
Buffaloes.
Change the box for crying. I did change the box, and we're all better for it. Are you happy?
Yeah, for crying out
I
loud.
eat a cereal with Mark Ruffalo's face on it. This will it blow it.
That
Mark?
original
Do you
box
like
was
good
getting real
chow?
nasty.
Do you like meat? Do you like eating the meat? You
Oh,
I would
as
totally
always.
eat cereal with Mark Ruffalo's face on the
You like
box.
eating the meat?
What?
No, that's
I
what
like
he
this
asked.
box.
Oh, I was talking about cereal.
SoComfort.com. Promo code
I was just quoting his ad.
He also sounded like he
As
said
long as you don't have to eat them.
.com. That should be the name of a website. .com.
That would be
Get
cool.
$100 off your first 3 boxes. It almost made it kind of petered out there at the bottom. So I'm gonna have to give that Will It Blow 1 Mark Ruffalo.
Face.
Generous?
Okay, here we
Oh,
go.
I think you've been feeding your dog too much red meat.
Suspicious of
Oh,
others.
come
it just,
on.
Like, immediately just shriveled up. That was disgusting.
I can tell you
Makes
right
it a
now,
bit more sausagey though.
We got some bleeding by the looks of it.
smell anything like mint. It smells more like syrup.
I was thinking
and
about how
burning
can a mint
sugar.
leaf bleed.
He found a way.
I'm gonna guess it's
bleed
done.
is
At
just
least
the
at least
jelly. I
on
think
one
that's just
side.
running sugar.
Yeah.
It looks so.
Very much caramelized.
It looks very caramelized. Like
Very.
yeah.
Which means that it could taste good.
But it's a mint.
It looks slightly better than it did before.
It's
it
weird
was
how it's
cooked, but
uneven
not-
and like the middle's different from the ends.
Yeah.
It's so uncaramelized in the middle. He should have just like rolled that around in there a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's got a lot of burned sugar on it. But let's open this up and see
Because
how
we
we
have
did.
to, like, we're doing the sausage thing all day, every day.
For this guy, he must hate sausages. Like, he goes to the store and sees them, and he's like, not good enough, never good enough.
You do the voice well.
It's a glistening one. It's certainly leaking a ton of stuff out of there. Let's go ahead and try it and see how it is. An interesting looking sausage. A very flexible.
It didn't
Like how
fill
it's
up
still
the...
got a tail.
I was going to say a condom that wasn't on right, but it works the same way.
One too. Here we go. It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's not great. It's not even good. It's a little too
It is.
sweet.
Shockingly,
it tastes more sweet than it does mint.
Passable.
Didn't burst.
Well, it kind of... I don't know if it burst or not, but it definitely made a mess.
The mint taste could
But yeah,
be
but
a
that's
lot
inevitable
stronger
with
for this
sausages.
sausage. It tastes like sugar, pork, and a very little bit amount of mint. And it's not exactly a pleasing taste.
We gotta try the Wagyu one next.
So I'm gonna have to give this sausage here.
I guess it kind of
2 out of 5.
I guess the heat kind of burns the flavor out of it.
I like the Gumby sausages right there.
Mint is kind of a delicate flavor.
It
It's usually
is.
in like cold stuff or at least not hot stuff.
Isn't mint leaf one of those ones that, like, if you bruise it, it loses a lot of its flavor? Like, it's kind of delicate.
Like yes and no, because
I know
like, if
cilantro's
you're
like that.
well, if you're using it for a drink and you're muddling it, though, essentially you're bruising it on purpose. So I don't think that's necessarily the case, because that would release some of the flavor.
I mean, it depends how you tear it. Because like things with cilantro, like for example, like you'll typically like tear it gently with your hands so that you don't damage the flavor of it.
True. I'm not sure if mint is the same though, because like
Yeah, I'm not sure.
so like with catnip, you're actually supposed to like roll it in your fingers and like basically activate it and make it more potent by like rolling it around and like releasing some of that. And catnip is a member of the mint family, so I'm gonna go with that mint does not have the same rules as cilantro.
Yeah, maybe then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't like heat very much though.
No! Not again!
There needs to be a
Mrs. Sausage, I'm thinking of you right now!
looping wave file.
Well, hey there,
I
folks.
want yourself to get away from the jello.
Welcome back.
I would eat it.
I guess.
That looks good.
Well, it's the new Arby's Steakhouse Wagyu burger.
Elf, anytime we went to only time I've ever been to Arby's is with you.
Yep.
Anytime I go over there, we always seem to find ourselves in Arby's at least once.
Look, it's not necessarily like good, but it is delicious.
It's filling. It's very filling.
It looks like it's pretty darn good for Arby's standards.
Yeah, that looks great, honestly. But no, I love Arby's.
Looks better than the standard Arby's.
I definitely eat it like quite a bit. So
we've definitely got some burger places where I live that are going to be better than this, but this looks better than your standard fast food.
yes, agreed.
Burger thing, and right away it looks delicious. Before we get to the sausaging, let's take an actual look at what's under the
I would
hood.
put that into my face.
More mayonnaise than you can possibly imagine. 2 slices of tomato. It used to have shredded
It looks a lot darker than mayonnaise.
I think it's maybe a little of both.
lettuce on it, but I think most of it, fell out of the side here. And then you got
I like how they call it special sauce, but it's obviously Thousand Island dressing.
you got the Wagyu patty itself. Here, I will put that right there. And then
Which
you
is
got
good.
Nice chunky bit of meat right there.
Get those raw onions out of here.
And onions and pickles.
Yeah. You know what? I know it's not a take everyone's going to agree with, but I like my onions when they're basically almost like a powder, a zest, and a sprinkle on top. Give me the flavor. I don't want the texture.
Oh, like
Or-
original,
Meanwhile,
like
I'm here, give me the
McDonald's
onion.
Tiny chopped up onions.
Yeah, or bread them up and make them into onion rings, then put them in there.
Yeah.
Also delicious.
Blooming onions are pretty awesome.
I'm just here,
No.
like, as long as you give me
Blooming onions
onions, I'm
toast.
all right.
I like onions in pretty much any form, honestly. So I'm not...
Oh, and
Oh,
garlic.
blooming onion is
garlic,
a
absolutely
good
love
Garlic.
it.
Oh, garlic.
I've had a blooming onion before from what was that restaurant called? Outbacks.
Oh.
They're famous for their blooming onions.
they are.
It was undercooked and bland and bleh.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
I think it's a good concept, but I think they just didn't cook it thoroughly enough.
Yeah, that sounds like a not typical experience. Usually they're pretty good. That
Yeah.
sounds.
You know what's really good? If you're at an Indian restaurant, get the onion bhaji.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually considered kind of like the dirt poor choice in like a lot of Indian takeouts around here. So when you go and get yourself your curries, you'll pick up 2 or 3 bhajis, which according to I've talked to India and Pakistani guys, and they're like, that's just the stuff we used to throw away until we realized all you Westerners, when you're drunk, will love to eat it up. So we just kind of roll them up into balls.
Your answer to them should be, yeah, we have our own version of that. It's called chicken wings. Chicken wings used to be just thrown away.
Enough talking about it. Let's see how this is.
It was invented by. It was invented by a chef who just thought, like, look, we're just throwing away a lot of this chicken. Maybe I can find some way to trick people into buying it instead.
Can I just say I appreciate how that's cooked? It's not like burnt to a crisp.
Mm-hmm.
It looks
so
like
easy.
how I would eat a burger.
Yeah, it's so easy just to be like, oh, it's a burger. I might as well just nuke it. Like Trump's steak level of it.
I actually watched a video about this. Like, sorry, I interrupted.
Oh, no, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, I was watching a video about this when it comes to steaks and the mediums and medium rares, etc., like how long you should cook things. And if it's a whole steak, like it doesn't matter if it's just about bloody, no one cares. But when it comes to minced meat, because basically the bacteria or whatever it is on that surface of that proper meat patty, let's say, or the steak, that gets singed on a pan. But mincemeat doesn't have that kind of luxury because you just mix the whole thing in, and if you're not careful enough, then it could lead to some pretty harsh consequences if you eat it anything but well done.
Fair enough.
By the way, have you heard the trick of how you can test your steak to see how well done it is?
I haven't.
So you poke it with your finger, like assuming you're making your own at home and you're not cooking it for somebody else, right?
Yeah.
Or you nudge it and you sort of test how much resistance there is in the meat, and you can do like with your other hand, like you test this part of your thumb.
Mm-hmm.
When you're doing this with different fingers, and like the farther over you go, the more resistance there's going to be. So it's like over here it's well done, and over here it's like rare. So if it feels the same as this, then it's equal to, like if it feels like this, you're at well done.
Oh, okay.
If it feels
I
like
see what you're
this, you're at
saying.
medium.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh,
interesting.
Okay. I actually didn't know that either. I should try it next time. I keep putting off getting myself a solid.
That's something I learned at culinary school.
A home run for Arby's, I'd say. It tastes like it doesn't come from a fast food restaurant. Is probably the highest praise I could give this burger. It's very good. Easily, this burger's a 5 out of 5. But we're not here to judge Arby's quality of food.
Before we go,
well said.
There's just one thing we have to watch after this before we go, because it's actually in the thumbnail and I did not bring it up once and I find myself insulted. So
we're here to make sausage.
How dare you?
I know.
Like how he just chucks him in there.
Priming the grinder is, that's a very
Get in
important
there.
step.
Sausage
burger.
This is like when he took like one of those like small McDonald's burgers and deep fried it.
Yeah.
It looks like a buffet for the senses. If someone painted this, it would be a modern art masterpiece.
It's a poke bowl.
I just want you to hold.
Gotta catch 'em all. Sausages.
Send me on my way. Send me on my way.
Delicious.
In 3.
That was almost like stop motion animation there.
Sausage.
Yeah, that's sausaging up better than the other one.
Yeah.
We've reached the end. It looks like a fiesta of fun in there.
It took it away from me.
With special thanks to today's
Oh,
Mark
that's a good one.
Boxello box artist, This guy. So, will it blow?
No.
He's gonna run out of breath before he gets any pressure.
Yeah.
Chew your food.
It hit. It hit with a fair amount, but it also,
That gets half of a Mark
dropped
Ruffalo from me.
logs pretty early. So
I
I'm
won.
gonna have to give that Will It Blow 1 Mark Ruffalo.
Ah!
Yeah, you called it.
Here we go.
Bang.
Oh,
This
the splash.
This, I don't think it's will burst.
No.
Oh, no, we spoke to our hubris.
We're 0 out of 2 on burst today.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh.
But the good news is we still have
It probably tastes good though.
a cooked
Yeah.
sausage.
It looks
in our
nice.
hands Here. We'll just
Yeah,
scoot that
absolutely.
over here.
Looks way
Just
better
adding
than
more
this one.
bread to the bread. Okay, here we go. Wow, I ripped off the whole thing. Hot lettuce is a big detriment to sausages. I'm gonna have to, we gotta scrape lettuce off whenever they're on hamburgers from now on. Because this would be a tasty sausage, albeit squishy. It's a squishy one. It kind of tastes like the Big Mac sausage, even after all these years.
I was gonna say, you mentioned it earlier. Also, it kind of looked a little bit like the Meg the Stallion sausage.
I can still remember the taste.
Was it made out of real Meg the Stallion?
To this
No.
hamburger to turn it into
Sadly.
a sausage. So I'm gonna have to give
False
this
advertisement.
sausage here a 3 out of 5.
Bop, bop,
Horrifying.
bop, bop.
If you
That-
don't like Arby's,
Oh, I just realized it's actually a sausage. It's a sausage saurus. See, there's
Yeah.
little
True. Oh God, yeah. Didn't even think about that.
The open mouth is just like the bursted end.
if you don't like
skeleton,
Arby's
that's
roast
kinda
beef,
weird.
well, who doesn't like Arby's roast beef? But if you don't care for the roast beef, I'd say
cheddar beef.
that this sandwich is
The problem with
is
the roast beef
perfect,
sandwiches is they're
sandwich
not
for
very
you to
filling.
go,
And
They're
I'm here
kind of
like,
all-
we don't have Arby's.
Because they make it, they puff it up so it looks like there's more in there than there actually is, and you're not actually getting a lot of meat.
Yeah, it's
But
the
then
bread.
sometimes they do their like 5 for 5 thing, and you can just buy 5 Arby's sandwiches. And
I
then
like
you're
the crinkle
set.
fries though.
Ooh.
I like curly fries. And
Yeah,
cheese sauce.
exactly. So that's what I meant. Whatever they call them, the curly.
Curly fries and cheese sauce is the best.
Mm.
Little cup
Not
of
that we even
cheddar
have
cheese
much.
sauce.
I don't know if we even have an Arby's here.
I don't know.
We don't.
Trying to find the thing. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Channel suggestions. Here. This is brought to us by Augusta. Augusta, live from Otterland. It's the Otterly Wholesome Otters. Sea otters.
Monterey Bay Aquarium, cool.
I think they're on
Otters are
another
cute as hell.
level.
They are so long and soft.
You ever
and
see
fluff.
the pictures of like an otter couple like floating on their backs and holding hands while they nap?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that so they
Yeah,
don't break up.
Yeah. Accidental breakup while you sleep. Whoopsie daisy.
It's not you, it's the current. That's what they all say.
How sweet is that? And they can even have more otters in that line of holding hands.
I wonder
It is
what
bec-
live feeds Henry
Daisy,
Doorly's
chain your
has.
otters.
You were saying, Elf King?
Oh, I was saying, I wonder what live feeds Henry Doorly Zoo has. We have a zoo here that's like becoming pretty well known.
Mm.
That was the zoo. I told people the story. That was the zoo with the ape that cracked the glass.
Oh yeah, well they probably fixed that since then.
Oh sure, but I thought it was weird that only happened like 2 or 3 months after we went to visit it.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy. Then again, I did not trust that bubble that they were all inside. I was like, that's an accident waiting to happen. It's a fucking ape
Zoo's been around
preserve.
for a long time, but they've been updating a lot of it and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I like the cage they had there that was on display. It used to be where the orangutan that kept on escaping was kept. And it kept on fashioning simple like lockpicks and then breaking out and trying to free the others.
This one does.
And I get a wiggle.
Look at that wiggle. Oh, Quiggle. It looks like a
Naerina.
seal. Looks like a seal. I love them. Okay, we could look at them all.
Very cute.
Look at it flow! Flop. Flop. We couldn't have left without the flop.
So cute.
We could have an entire stream just with them on the background as we talk.
Right.
And then there will be just silent moments where we're like, "Ah, look at that."
Only the most riveting content and the most funniest of technical glitches. All right, let us I believe wrap this up because I want to get some. I'm probably gonna have some sausages, and then get ready to go on stream again on Twitch.
Are we burger sausages?
Alas, no. Ooh, I've been eating.
Sausages?
Yeah, you could have both. You do live in the land of the free.
I'm not in the home of the brave.
So it's more like the other way around. People are kind of dumb, so it makes them brave.
Oh.
And, we're not as free as we seem, so.
Sneaky.
We had to.
Oh,
we had
kitty
to
cat.
Yeah.
Kitty in a bubble.
Bubble kitty. Very
Uh-oh.
confused and very bored and very confused again. Popped it.
The
I
amount
thought
of
the
fucks
cat
that
would
were
paw at
given.
it, and that would make it burst.
Yeah, its tail flicked just enough.
Yeah, just like lay thine eyes upon the field on which I grow my fox and see that it lies barren.
He has his own personal Geller field.
Imagine.
Arcane shield.
This is called a chaos invasion, not invasion.
And that's why the
but
video
invasion.
cuts off suddenly, because once that Geller field pops, you don't want to see what's going to happen next.
You going to hear,
Yeah.
oh.
Uh-oh, we're fucked.
And then nothing happens, and you're like, "What? Why isn't the cat getting changed?" And slowly you see its eyes turning red, and you're like, "Oh,
Oh,
well, it is a cat,
danger.
you know." Hi, Ralph. I'm in danger.
Yeah.
That Ralph was pretty much already a creature of corn to begin with.
True.
He tells me to burn things.
That's what happens.
Burn the house down. Burn them all. Okay, so we have the Cranberries, Zombie, Beef Stew, Rock Lobster, Chemical Romance. Oh, thank you for the memories. Has to be the most dorkiest, lamest, emo-ish.
I don't think I know a single one of these songs. So you pick.
Well, I would personally like this one just because it's so. Elf.
That's the ultimate showdown of Ultimate Destiny.
I was
Where?
just
Like right
thinking that too,
below
actually.
it.
The one
Where?
right underneath the one you were just on.
Yeah.
Oh,
the one that you're
left,
avoiding
that one. Yeah,
pointing
yeah,
to.
yeah,
There you
that
go.
Oh,
is
Godzilla was
amazing.
flopping
Yes, that
around Tokyo City with
This one I've heard of.
a big
Yes.
round.
All right, before we listen to it, standard shilling. I've already done my shilling. I'll be live in a little while. So check out the links in the doobly-doo for our Twitch. I'm trying to get to affiliate, so any follow will be greatly appreciated. As for the rest of yous, Krendar, what are you up to?
Playing some Rise of the Tomb Raider tonight in 2 hours as part of my Tomb Raider franchise playthrough. After which we're going to go back and play the very first one, just for pure contrast. And marvel at the gigantic, sharp polygons.
Yay!
In all the right places and wrong places. What about you, Elf? Is there anything that you want to promote or shill? I have your link to your art stuff down there.
No, that's pretty much it.
Short and sweet, just like you.
Thanks.
Naira, please inform the class what you have in store, if you may.
Well, what I have in store, dearie, is that it's over 2 a.m. I'm going to go to bed after this. But if you wish, go check out 40k Theories, because I will be there, one of the narrative voices, especially in the Homebrew of the Week series.
That is indeed. As for next week, we haven't decided on a guest yet. Got to throw out a wide net and see who we snatch. yeah, beyond that, let's do a little song and dance to wrap up a pretty fun evening.
Tell what's poppin', it's your boy Bob Crub, baby, back up the levels, we back.
By the way, if you want to recap this, I decided to look up .com, and I actually got a site under construction message.
Oh,
damn it!
I posted into our chat if you want to see.
It's beautiful.
Site is under construction, coming soon. Check back.
Closed captioning is going to help with this one.
No, it doesn't, but it adds on to the experience.
Okay.
We back into fridge, your boy Buff Rubber One.
Honestly, I've listened to the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny when I was a teenager. I'm here like,
Same.
yay, childhood.
There's a porn version of it, because of course there is.
Don't ruin it for me.
Cool, after all.
Yeah, you need to cook your hair properly.
Yes. Salted all night long, baby.
Demon Demon Ultimate Showdown on the ones and twos, your boy Buff Krill on the Acre. So let's get it out further ado, let's ride.
I know it.
Let's go. Ready, set, go.
See?
All right.
Finish. Nostalgia.
Yeah.
Oh, Godzilla was hopping around, check your city like a big plane ground. But suddenly Batman burst from the shade and hit Godzilla with a back grenade. Godzilla got pissed and began to attack, but didn't expect to be blocked by Shaq. He proceeded to open the can of Shaq food. When Eric Carter came out of the booth and he started beating up to Kill O'Neal. Then they both fighting by the
beating up Kill O'Neal.
Yep.
As you
Batmobile before he could make it back to Batcave. Abraham Lincoln.
Kill O'Neal would be a good villain name.
Kill O'Neal.
Is it a Kill O'Neal?
He fights the Punisher. Calling it now.
Yeah.
And took AK-47 out of his hat. I blew away Batman, rat to tat tat. But he ran out of bullets and he ran away because Optimus Prime couldn't save the day. This is the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny. Good guys, bad guys, and explosions. As far as I can see, only one will survive. I wonder who it will be.
This is the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny.
Godzilla took a bite of Optimus Prime. Scarf McGruff took a bite out of crime.
Who remembers the lyrics? Goodness gracious, I love it.
Jackie Chan jumped and landed on his back. And Batman was injured, trying to get steady. Where Abraham Lincoln came back with a machete. But suddenly something caught this back. And tripped Indiana Jones took him out.
I was thinking this whole time.
Something.
Something Indiana Jones, yeah. As you do. But I want to point this out. His dancing tonight, he looks like a GIF loop animation of himself. He just does the same three movements and then repeats it in the exact same.
With a whip, and he said, Godzilla from behind. He reached out his gun and couldn't find. Cause Batman stole, shot and missed. And Jackie Chan detected him with his fist. He jumped in the air and he somersault. Where Abraham Lincoln tried to pull off onto Optimus Prime, but they collided in the air. And they both got hit out of camera still cut. This is the ultimate showdown.
Not admitting to very scientifically lip syncing the lyrics of Dancing of the Year.
I'm only one to survive. I wonder who it will be. This is the ultimate showdown.
Well, with that amount of lyrics.
Angels sing in immaculate chorus down from the heavens. Descended Chuck Norris delivered a kick which could shatter the bones into the crotch of Indiana Jones, who fell over on the ground, writhing in pain as Batman changed back into Bruce Wayne. But Jack saw through his clever disguise, and he crushed Batman's head in between his thighs. Then God for the gray and the Godzilla white, and the mother python, holy ground that's light, and the business of the thunder, and the booming cowboys, Curtis, and the Shane G, and Rob Glavin, Tommy Kevin in the air, Darth Vader, Superman, and every single Power Ranger.
I have no idea what to say.
Hulk Hogan.
I've noticed, oh yeah, it was the bloodiest battle that the world ever saw. The civilians looking at the total war or something like that.
Yeah.
He is. It's a DVD.
Why do I remember that
boy!
lyric?
He
Yeah,
didn't
goodness gracious.
just
Spoiler
ended.
alert.
Yeah, go on.
Do you wish to know who survived?
Who?
Mr.
barely-
Rogers. With his blood-stained sweater.
Obviously, Mr.
right.
Rogers won.
Yeah. Because that was the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny.
Truly, we lived at a golden age, now lost to the sands of time. It was a simpler time, but it was a purer time.
Has anybody done a cover of that song, but like with 40k characters?
Ooh, that would be cool. Don't tempt me.
Oh, the Horus Heresy alone has enough to fill
I
a
already
version.
have a Despacito cover, like with the word exterminatus, so
I showed Missy Ann that on stream, and she was like, "This, I have no idea what she's singing about, but this girl has a great voice."
Oh, thank you.
And we're sitting here like we know exactly what she's thinking about, and this is extra funny.
Like like we're gonna blow up planets.
Yay! Exterminatus extremis.
Look at the way we burn away the human
I got
plus
to
we do it when there is
exterminatus
nothing left to
somebody in chat
discuss.
today.
Yeah.
I think I actually got to stand up because past hour now, my spine has been quite painful, so I got to leg it. Thank you all so much for showing up. I'm very glad that you did. But I'm afraid
Now he's a Britisher.
No dying.
Yes, I'm quite dying. All right.
Yes, I'm quite dying. He just stares like, but by the way.
Yes, a little known fact. I'm quite dying. Stiff upper lip and all that. Blah, blah, blah.
Indeed. Yes.
Cheerio. See you next time for a stiff cup of tea. Yes, quite indeed. Yes. Yes, quite.
And a stiff upper lip to go with it.
Absolutely.
Quite.